If you guys need FIFA 18 Ultimate Team coins, go and check out x3game.com. Their link will be down in the description. Use code CAPGUN to get yourself a discount. You're right guys, it's Capgun Tom here and welcome to my FIFA 19 wish list. Now today we're going to be talking about two main topics. Number one, FIFA 18, what are the problems, what do we want to see improved? And number two, FIFA 19, what do we want to see brought into the game? What is our wish list, the ultimate things that we want to see brought into this game so that we can have more fun on it, really. That's the aim of the game. Like, a game is there to have fun. I want to have more fun, and that's why I want new stuff added on FIFA 19. Now, if we can get enough sort of like, I don't know, clout going on, like enough buzz across the internet, we might be able to get EA to see this video, and there might be a chance that they may bring some of the improvements or maybe some of the ideas, the suggestions into FIFA 19. I'd love to see them implemented into FIFA 18, but I just can't see that happen. I'm not going to lie, I can't see that happening because it took them about, what was it, like 6 months or something to fix that filter on the market, the one that lets you search for squad fitnesses. It took them that long to fix that. I mean, they're not going to implement any new game modes, that's for sure, but maybe they make a few improvements throughout the year. Like, there is time. There is time for them to make improvements on FIFA 18, but most likely we'll be seeing some of these on FIFA 19. Now, the way we're going to create a buzz, guys, is you are going to head down into the description of this video, and after you've watched this video, of course, you're going to finish watching the video, but after you finish watching the video, you're going to go down into the description, and there is a link to a Qt. You've probably seen Qt already if you've been following me for a while. It's a big discussion forum where we sort of like talk about everything FIFA related to my channel, to other people's channels, to like FIFA in general. Like, it's just a whole mess, and we can get some really good data on what you guys are, number one, thinking about FIFA and what you'd like to see in future FIFAs. So there is a really good chance that if we go and get enough comments and enough poll votes and enough people just talking on this Qt, that we can potentially get this seen by EA, and then it might actually happen. There might actually be some stuff that happens. Now, obviously my ideas are my own, and some other that I may have stolen from other people that I think are really good. And if you don't agree with them, I want to know on that Qt. I want you to go and put those comments on the Qt. I want to have a huge discussion. I want you to know what you think. I just want to know everything that you like, everything that you think about FIFA. I want to know about it. And if you do, there is a chance for you to win 12,000 FIFA points as well. If you don't like FIFA 18 enough to take the 12,000 FIFA points now, I'll make a deal with you. I will hold those FIFA points until FIFA 19, and I will give them to you then. It's totally up to you. So one lucky person from those comments, the more comments you make, the more interactions you have, the more poll votes you have, the bigger chance you will have of winning. Okay, so before we move on to the FIFA 19 wish list, we're going to talk about current FIFA, FIFA 18, what's wrong with it, and what we want to see from it, really, what improvements we want to see. I've never seen a FIFA at this stage. We are only in March. It's 6 months, only 6 months into the game, and I've been like fully engrossed in FIFA, the franchise, for the last like 7 years. Is it 6 years? 7 years since FIFA 12. I've been like fully on this. I've been watching it non-stop. Like, I've never seen so many people disinterested and just leaving the franchise. I've never seen it this bad before. There has to be fundamental errors that EA are making that are wrong, that are driving people away from the game, and therefore there's less people watching it and less people playing it and less people enjoying it, really. So the first thing I'm going to bring up, and I'm not going to say too much about it because I'm not a pro player, but I'm not bad at the game by any stretch of the imagination. I'm like a Gold 2, Gold 1 Weekend League standard player, and that is probably higher than about 90% of players that play this game, the entire player base, and I'm still not saying that makes me good. Obviously, there are some absolutely insane people that can go 40 and 40 every single week, but they're just on an insane level. But I do need to bring up the issue of the gameplay. I think this might be one of the big problems with FIFA 18 for me personally, purely because it just doesn't seem fun. Like you've got an incredible mode, let's face it. FIFA Ultimate Team is an incredible concept. It is like mind-blowing, and that's why it's so big. It is just so cool that you can have that element of collection, like you collect players and you can stack your club up. But then on top of that, you've got the element of you being able to actually play with these items. Like, we've all had sticker books and sticker collections, Pokemon cards, whatever it was back in the day where you used to just collect them. And past that, there wasn't really much you could do with them other than just hold them and trade them. With this game, you can actually use the players in a team. And I feel like that is just so good. But because the gameplay is just not fun, for me personally, I don't find it fun. And I genuinely, from the consensus that I get out of my live streams, what I see in the comments section, people just are not enjoying playing the game. Like, that is a fundamental problem, if you ask me. Now, I think there's like a couple, and these are just ideas that I have in my own head as to why I think there is this sort of like problem with gameplay. Number one, EA have come in and they've said, you know what, we want to make this game competitive. We want to make it an esport, which I think is fine. I think it's fine, but I feel like they've gone down the line of trying to make it for the pro players rather than the masses. Like there's maybe like the top 0.0001% of players are pro players that can get 40 out of 40 in the weekend league. The rest of us, the other 50 million players or however many it is, are just not being catered for. Like, it just doesn't like seem that fun. Like, I don't know, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's a really, really odd game at the moment. It's in a really weird place where it's sort of like transitioning from what was just like a game that you play for fun into an esports. And because you bring in that competition and make it all about winning, like, people are no longer going to just like try out fun teams, skill teams, stuff like that. That was what really made games like FIFA 12 so fun. FIFA 13 was great because you could go in there, try out a player like, for example, S-Wine, and be able to batter your opponent. Now, you try S-Wine or someone that would be similar, I don't know, like, for example, who would be, maybe like Mbolo's Inform card or something like that. He's not going to be able to hold his own to, like, Thierry Henry or, like, Ronaldo or Ronaldinho, any of these players. So it makes it really, like, less fun and less incentive for people to actually play with these fun teams because they know they're coming up against the sweat teams 99% of the time because everyone needs to win, and that's just how the game is sort of built. The other thing with gameplay that I don't want to talk about gameplay much more, but the other thing that I find really, really annoying about gameplay, and I don't want this video to come out as like a whole, like, sort of like video of me just banging on about how bad, you know, the game is, like what they need to do to improve it. There are loads of really good points about this game, but for me, randomness in the game, there is too much of it. So, for example, you could play a game where you, and I see it on Twitter all the time, I see these results on Twitter all the time. So, you lose 3-1, but you've had 15 shots, 10 of which were on target, and 10 of them are inside the box. Like, the other person has won, he's got 3 goals, but he's taken 5 shots, 4 of them are on target, 2 of them are outside the box, and he's won. So how is that a good game? How is that a good platform for you to play on? Like, how is it a good platform to be competitive if the guy that's taking 30-yard long shots is beating the guy that is, like, dominating the game and having all the chances? Surely this game should be a case of more chances, one-on-one with the keeper equals win. And every so often, like maybe 1 in every 10 games, an insane screamer long shot is what separates the teams, and that is how they've won. But it seems to be every other game is like this at the moment, and that might just be my opinion, but I feel like a lot of others will share that opinion with me. And also, I've got to quickly mention it, the through the legs lottery, I absolutely hate it. What more can you do to block a shot than put your player in front of it? How is it your fault that your player has opened their legs? I just really don't get that one. That one, oh, it's just like you take a random shot at goal, it goes through your player's legs, you go and take the same shot at the other end of the pitch, it gets blocked 3 times in a row. It just, I don't know. Okay, so moving away from the gameplay, let's talk about the market. Maybe you're not someone who plays the game, but you love trading. That's me. That's what I built my channel on. I love trading, I love sniping, I love picking up players, investing and stuff like that. I feel there's problems with the market. Not as many, but there are a few like key errors that I really, really like to see improve. Number one, the transfer market. It'd be great if, for example, there was more stuff that we could do with it. Like, we could search for individual rare gold players and non-rare gold players individually. Or maybe we could do like a rating search, or we could do like inform gold only, or inform silver only, or, you know, just more stuff. Or maybe we could have like a function called a not function. So you could put into your search not in a certain club. So for example, if I was like, oh, I want to search for Spanish right mids from, I don't know, like Barcelona and Real Madrid, and then I could put not these clubs, then I'd have like a really custom and cool filter that'll help me trade, and I'd be able to, you know, potentially find more bargains or something like that. Whether that would ever be brought into the game, I don't know. And the other thing about the transfer market that I'd like to see change would be market bans. It seems even worse. Since the latest patch, it seems even worse. Like, I will get banned within about 30 searches. If I'm sniping, where I'm looking for a player, searching over and over again, I will get banned, market banned, and market locked for like half an hour within about 5 minutes of starting. Like, but back before, it was like 20, 30 minutes that I could get away with. Now it's like 5 minutes. It's barely any time at all, and it's really frustrating because I would rather, if I was no market bans in FIFA 18, I would spend all day just sniping. I wouldn't even play the game. I could 100% make more coins sniping for like 13 hours than I could from opening the packs, getting like Elite 3, opening the packs and getting the coin bonus from doing Weekend League. Like, the 13 hours that I spent playing the games versus the 13 hours I could spend sniping, like, I could 100% make more coins from sniping. So I'd love to see market bans being reduced, or maybe a way that just sort of like verifies that you're a human, for example. There is already a captcha, but that's not the same as a market ban. Like, if there was a way that I could get around, like, just say, you know, put in like a code like the captcha form or something like that, or do something specific on the market that would unlock my account every time to show that I'm a real person rather than a bot that's searching over and over again, that would be amazing. Like, what? That should just be in the game naturally anyway. Two more things that I want to see improved on FIFA 18 before we move on, and I want to know all of your guys' sort of opinions down in that QT, and you can leave them down in the comment section if you want to. Of course, I'll have a look at those, but if you want to be involved in the 12,000 FIFA point giveaway, you will need to go on to QT to do so. Number one, communication with EA. I'd love to see more information given to us, the players, about how the game works, what's in the game, so that we can get better at the game. Like, there is so much speculation around what does what chemistry styles actually do, how much, you know, chemistry on a player does. Like, does it matter if you've got 7 chemistry? Does it matter versus 9 chemistry? Like, I play all my cards on 7 chemistry. If I had some, like, fully, like, what's the right word? If I had some assurances from EA that that is how it actually works. But for now, until I get some sort of assurances from them, I don't want to play on 7 or 5 chem because that could really affect my chances of winning a game. But I just don't know. I'd love to see more communication from them. Also surrounding sort of like promotions, what's coming out. Just more communication. When the servers go down, just get back to us sooner. Like, tell us, you know, everyone's saying, please extend the Weekend League, for example. We're not getting anything back. We're not hearing anything back from EA. Like, just be like, yo, guys, we're not extending the Weekend League. Stop asking. Like, just talk to us. Like, we're just, you're a company. We're the players. We're the people that, you know, buy your game and we want to play it. We just want more. We just want to talk to you, really. We just want more stuff to be given out, sort of like, so that we know what's going on, really. Just not to be left in the dark so much. And the last improvement, the last little gripe I've got with FIFA 18 is foot draft. Okay, so foot draft, when the game comes out, it's OP as hell. You spend your 15k, you go and play the games. You probably, if you get to the semi-final, you are guaranteed to make your coins back. Now, we're 6 months in, players aren't worth, on average, as much as they were. You get through, you get to the final. I have gone 4 foot drafts out of 5 where I have actually lost money, where I've won the foot draft. How does that make sense? That a game mode that is all about getting the packs at the end of it doesn't even pay back the 15k that you sort of, you know, invest into playing it. Like, it really should. So, for example, like, what I'd like to see is I'd like to see a sliding scale throughout the year. So either that as the year goes on, they work out what the average price that you get back for the pack is, and they reduce it, like reduce the value of the draft. So instead of, at the start of the year, it's like 20k to enter because you're likely to get, if you win, like 30k on average back. Like now, you know, average prices have gone down. You're likely to only get maybe 15k back from your packs if you win. It should only be a 10k entry charge. I think they should change it. Maybe it should be a sliding scale, or maybe the packs should bounce up throughout the year. Give us different packs, like maybe incentivize it in different ways. Maybe it's like a player, a special foot draft limited player that is brought in that you can win from foot draft. I don't know. But anyway, those are all of my gripes of FIFA 18. Now we're going to move on to the FIFA 19 wish list. Just random ideas, basically, that I just want to throw out there that I think you guys might like and, you know, that could easily be brought into FIFA 19. So let's talk about FIFA 19. What do we want? And this is where we can go absolutely crazy. This is like where we can go outside the box. We can just ask for anything we want. And that's what I want to hear from you guys as well down in that QT in the description. So, first thing, the game's too competitive at the moment. How can we fix this? We can make fun. We want to make FIFA fun. So I want more fun modes. Like draft is a fun mode. I'm not going to lie. There's not like, it's just a bit of a joke, isn't it? You just jump in, you build your team, you try and get the best team rating possible. You play your games. If you don't win, no problem. It doesn't affect you. Like, I want to see some tournaments. Like, some tournaments, like old school tournaments, like FIFA 12 style, FIFA 13, like where they had every day the bronze, silver, and gold tournaments, where you could only use a gold team, you could only use a silver team, and you could only use a bronze team. But I want it to be more customized, so we see crazy entry requirements. Like, for example, every player in your team you have to have 100 chemistry, and every player in your team must be over 6'4" or something like that. Or every single player in your team has to have 1-star weak foot. I'm not sure if that's possible, but that's just an idea. Let's say there's a slow tournament where only players with 35 pace and below can play. I'd love to see tournaments like this. I think it'd be absolutely epic. Maybe some sort of like the squad builder challenges that they do. You could use those teams before you submit them in a tournament, and you have a chance to play that tournament over and over and over again, and the prizes maybe decrease as you play it each time. And there could be like stupid stuff, like for example, I don't want to see stuff that's going to break the game. Like if we did the slow tournament, for example, what would be absolutely epic was if you won, like, what would be a good example? Like a 35, like a 3-paced Mertesacker card. That'd be absolutely hilarious to have in your club. It has no value in the game. You can't use a Mertesacker, let alone with like the pace he's got at the moment, let alone 3 pace. Like, imagine that. That'd be absolutely epic. I feel like just having some more fun stuff. It doesn't always have to be about getting the best cards and stuff like that. Just some fun stuff would be great. Some more like crazy kits. I don't know. I'd like to see a bigger diversity of players. So you may remember, if you go back to, I don't know, maybe like FIFA 13. I've already mentioned it once in this video, but if you go back to FIFA 13, some of the squads that were absolutely insane had silver players in it. I can't remember the last time I went into a game and I came up against a silver player. Honestly, I cannot remember. In fact, I don't think it's ever happened. Maybe the first couple of days when you're playing and you're lowly ranked and you're in Div 10, you might come up against a few silver players. But now I never see them. So what is the point of even having silver players on the game? Because they're completely unusable. Like, bring a bigger diversity of good players that we could use in-game. Like, they don't have to be game-breaking, but just make them good enough that we can use them. Here's one of the biggest things that I want back for FIFA 19. It's been in previous FIFA, so I know they can do it. That is trade offers. Like, I love trade offers. As a YouTuber, for us, they're really fun because like viewers can send us cards to try out and we can send them back, blah, blah, blah. I understand there was reasons why they took it out. Like, I understand there was like a whole load of reasons, but come on, man, it's a game. Let's have some fun. Let's play with the different cards. Let's send players to each other and just like do whatever we want. Like, maybe if it's like a problem that you don't want, you know, people sending coins across, you can only send players that have the same price range, or they have the same rating, or they're both in forms or something like that. So you have to send something similar to each other so that one person isn't getting a huge player. Like, you can't send a bronze player and then get like 20 million's worth of Team of the Year players sent to you. Like, let's not do that. But like, something like that would work. Or maybe, I know it sounds stupid, untradeable cards in your club, like Squad Builder Challenge cards, Player of the Month cards. What is the harm in us being able to trade those backwards and forwards between each other? Like, for example, I didn't do Leroy Sané's Player of the Month card when it was out, and now I really regret it, and I can't get that card anymore. And one of my mates might have Sané, hate him, and like really want the, I don't know, Player of the Month Aguero card. And I'm like, I don't like Player of the Month Aguero. Here, just take it. We'll just swap. Because they're both untradeable. It's not like either of us are getting like a disparity in coins. And just take out the function where you can send coins with the trade. Like, just put it back in. It's just so much fun. Squad battles got added this year, and yeah, they're awesome. They're really cool in the game. Like, people who don't like to play Foot Champions can play a much less, more stress-free, although some people do really get stressed over it. A much more stress-free sort of game mode. They can play sort of like, that gives them coins and prizes and stuff, obviously not to the same level as Foot Champions. Now, a lot of people who play like squad battles are like, I play it every single week. Why is there not an equivalent of Foot Champions monthlies from squad battles? And I think I agree with them, to be honest. Like, I don't know what the monthlies would be. They'd obviously be untradeable cards. Maybe they'd just be regular gold cards. I don't know. Maybe you get like a pack, like a 125k pack that had red untradeable regular cards in, or blue, I don't know, some other design other than red. That would be really cool, like for those people that are playing squad battles, to get a little bit more back from it and they're not getting any extra coins from it. I think that's just another thing that could really be added to the game, and it wouldn't have too much of an impact on it, to be honest. I've already mentioned the market, sort of like stuff I want to see added. No market bans would be great on FIFA 19. Search for specific informs, so a specific rated version of a card. So for example, if I wanted to separate out Parejo's first inform from his second inform, I could select Parejo 87 rated versus Parejo 85 rated, and then I could find all the 87s instead of having all of those annoying 85s popping up in my filter and then accidentally buying it, because that is a genuine thing. People accidentally buy the lower inform for the same price as the second inform, which is just, I think that's just something that should be added, to be honest. As I said, loads more filters would be great. I don't know, like, what would be a good example of more filters? Like you could search specifically for rating, so you could set it so that you could only search for 83 to 84 rated players, and then you just buy the cheapest one on the market. Let's say that you could search for specific informs or specific rarities of cards. They've already shown that they can do that. Like the squad fitnesses is just rare gold versus non-rare gold cards. That's all that filter is. Like, so they've already got the know-how to add that in. They just need to add it to the actual market so that we can use it. It's not like it's going to take a million. Well, it did take them 6 months to sort that out, but you know what I mean. I think that they've got the know-how to be able to do it. A lot of people are saying, what happened to the practice arena? Why is it not as good as it used to be? Like, people used to practice set pieces, create custom free kicks, custom like corners, stuff like that, and you're just not allowed to do that anymore, which seems like a bit of a, I don't know, it just seems weird that it's not in there. So it was in there back in the day. I just think they should bring it back, because then, like, you could practice your free kicks, you could practice your corners, you could practice all of these different things that we can't try at the moment. We haven't really got anywhere to practice it, and it's just like one of those things that should be in the game, I think. A lot of people have said about a collection book style thing. So back on FIFA 09, if any of you OGs are out there, there used to be a collection book where each page had a team, and you could submit, like, I think it was like 6 of the players from that team plus a kit or a badge or something like that, and if you completed the page you got like 10,000 coins reward. Now I know this is basically squad builder challenges just rebranded. That is what squad builder challenges are. It's just the collection book rebranded. But it'd be nice to have something that you could then sort of like look through after, because once you've done your squad builder challenge, those players are gone, you've got the pack, you open the pack, the pack's gone, that's it. Like, if you still had the book or all like the squad builder challenges, like maybe just a book of like the actual players that you've submitted into your squad builder challenges, so you can see what you've had over time and what you've spent and what you got for it. That'd be quite good to be able to just look back. But a collection book style is something that a lot of people would like to see back in the game. I'd quite like to see a wager mode. That would be really cool added into the game. Maybe you lock in a player. So for example, you put in Gabriel Jesus 83 rated. Your opponent also locks in a Gabriel Jesus 83 rated before the game, and whoever wins takes it all. That'd be absolutely fantastic. I mean, I think there are reasons that isn't in the game already. Probably to do with like age rating of the game and it being gambling, but I'm not really sure. It's an area of grey. Maybe we could see that in the future. That would be absolutely epic though. I got a whole load of other stuff that's kind of like smaller points. I'm just going to rattle through them really quick. Option to do something with a duplicate untradeable player. So for example, when I've got like an untradeable Griezmann in my club, I open another untradeable pack, I get another untradeable Griezmann. All I can do is discard that Griezmann. Being able to do something with that card would be great, even if it's just combining them to get the contracts, or maybe there's like a duplicate untradeable squad builder challenge that you just submit your players into and you get like a random pack back for it. That'd be good. Like that would be absolutely fantastic. I think a lot of people would really like to see that in the game. Also, custom kits and badge creator. Imagine that, being able to upload your own kit onto, maybe get like a base thing and you can just like upload it onto the kit and then it just puts it in the game. I know there's loads of issues associated with that, people drawing cocks on their kit and running around with spunking cock on their back. That could happen, but at the same time, think about the fun that we could have, or like the badges would just be, actually think about this is probably an awful idea. Chinese League to be added as well. Some more leagues being added into the game would be great. What else have we got? We've got custom instructions in game. I think that'd be really helpful for a lot of weekend league players, because at the moment everyone builds their format or their team in the formation that they can get the most chemistry, and then as soon as they go into the game, they pause, they do all their custom tactics. It's like 45 seconds every single game added on. If there was just a simple D-pad button, a button combination that you did to change your players and put them into the right formations and stuff like that, and you could change your custom tactics, things like that, that would be a really good addition and really streamline the weekend league, because it would probably save you about with all that changing, I'm thinking about how much time people spend changing their formations and stuff in game. That's like 45. If they do it like twice a game on average in the weekend league, where they spend the 45 seconds, that's a minute and a half. Times that by 40 games. That's that's a whole hour. That's a whole hour that you could shave off us playing the weekend league. And that brings me quite nicely into the next point, weekend league extension or decreasing the number of games. Because at the moment, you've got 3 days to play 40 games. They take about 13, 14 hours to play all those games if you play them in a row. That's unhealthy. You're not supposed to sit at your console for that long. With the extra half an hour every hour you're supposed to take as a break, that takes it up to, I think it's something like 21 hours. So now you're playing 21, or you're revolved around your console for 21 out of the 72 hours available for you. And then like you got to sleep at some point. So even if you played, let's say 19 hours, no 20 hours, let's make it 20 hours. If you played 10 hours 2 days, so you get 1 day off for your weekend, like that is a lot of FIFA. That is an insane, that's more than a full-time job. Like that's more than an 8-hour shift. Like that just seems a little bit unhealthy to be playing. It also stops people having a social life. Weekends are like it's literally, if you do weekend league, that's it. Your whole weekend is taken up by it. I know some people play them all in a day. Those people are sick. You need to stop doing that. So what I'd like to see is like an extension, or maybe a decrease in the number of games and a better matchmaking system, so that you play against the people that have got the same number of wins as you. That would be epic. Like, that would work so well. Just play against people that have the same number of wins as you. You've got 30 games or maybe 20 games. You play against people that have the same number of wins as you, and when you play against them, you know, like one of you will progress, and eventually there shouldn't be anyone, well, there'll be like maybe 1 or 2 people that get 20 wins out of the 20, because they're all the people who have played each other that have those perfect records. Because you couldn't have 19 wins out of 19 unless you'd won all previous 19, and then the 20th game would decide whether you actually got the full 20 or 19 wins. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Anyway, I've realised, I just looked down at the time, I've been recording for over 35 minutes. That's insane. So I'm going to stop talking there. I want to know your guys' thoughts. If you want to win the 12,000 FIFA points for FIFA 18 or maybe FIFA 19 if you want to hold until then, the link to the QT, the discussion that is going on, is down in the description. I'll also put a comment down in the comment section if I remember to get involved. Yeah, just go over there. It takes 2 seconds to sign up. It would really help me. It would be really cool if we could get some sort of like movement where we actually made improvements to FIFA. You know, things changed slightly from this title to the last, because FIFA 17 to FIFA 18 feels very similar, minus the fact that they added squad battles. There really hasn't been all that much added, nothing new really. It's just the same game, just slightly different. It's the same but different. My favourite saying at the moment is, it's the same but different. Obviously, if you disagree with my comments, what I've said, like, that is perfectly fine. Everyone has their own opinion. Feel free to leave constructive criticisms down in the comment section on that QT. Don't be a dick though. Just, you know, it's an opinion. Like, if you think it's stupid, just put, Tom, I don't agree with that because, and then give a whole load of, don't be like, you're ginger, you're stupid, that is the worst idea ever. That's going to get you a ban. I'm not going to lie. That'll probably get you a ban. Anyway, make sure you get involved in the QE. Like the video if you enjoyed. Let me know what your thoughts. Subscribe if you're new. And thanks for watching. Peace.